What happened to you as a child? Is it still affecting you? How is it still affecting you? As an adult, you are now aiming to reach your leadership level, to reach your highest potential. I come across so many people who are still victims of their childhood. What happened to you as a child? Is it still affecting you? What happened to you in your childhood with your circumstances, with certain traumatic behaviors, with the behavior of people around you? How is it still affecting you? As an adult, you are now aiming to reach your leadership level, to reach your highest potential. And how is that still affecting you? It would have been happening, it happened the last 30 or 40 years back. How is this still affecting you? I come across so many people who are still victims of their childhood. It has been seen that, as an adult, if you see certain situations or if you experience certain situations, you will recover quickly. You might take maybe a day or two or, a week or max to max a month or maybe a couple of months, but you will recover from this situation. But what has happened to you as a child has affected your basic development. So there are certain behaviors which we have been seeing directly associated to what happened to you as a child. Okay, and what are these behaviors? 7 behaviors that are now affecting you and your development to reach your leadership potential. The first one, not able to say no to others or stand up for yourself. Are you someone who is accommodating people in their life and not being able to, find the path, the strength to say no? Are you going out of your way to accommodate people? Even when you have friends around you telling you that this person is toxic, this situation is not good for you, are you able or not able to come out of that situation? This correctly stems from, so where is this behavior stemming from? Alright, this happens when as a child, we did not receive unconditional love. What has taken place here is you were always fighting for that love. You felt I was not understood. What has happened as a child has still affected you. Now, imagine that there were, maybe you had other siblings who were more worthy of you. There were people who you were being compared to. Now, what has happened here is you tended to be so accommodating that you were the one who was adjusting. And now you're not able to stand up for yourself. So this is the first behavior. Okay. The second one, unable to tell others what you are feeling. Now, this I have seen many times now. There are so many people, when you ask them, what are you feeling? They are not able to describe. They cannot tell you if they are hurt. They cannot tell you if they are angry. They cannot tell you if they are sad. Even things like, you ask them, are you hungry? And they'll be like, I don't think so. And will you get hungry in the next 30 minutes? They have no clue. And suddenly they'll be like, okay, I'm hungry now. So can you see where this behavior is coming from? This is when you're not able to communicate your thoughts clearly. What happens here is there is a lot of emotional abuse that has taken place as a child. Maybe not to you directly, but would have happened to people around you. So could have happened to your parents or could have happened to a sibling. So you learned, to keep yourself guarded. And now with this guarding, by people throwing tantrums, it could have even be a brother or a sister throwing tantrums. And you learned to guard yourself and you learned that, okay, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. And this has stemmed, and now as an adult, you cannot express yourself. So there is a communication issue which takes place. Third one, there is a stammering problem. Now, have you encountered a stammering issue? A stammering issue is again related to your communication. So like point 2, stammering too has come from a similar place. But what happens here is the stammering is directly connected to the bullying that you have faced as a child. So when as a child we face bullying, so what happens here is we are, we don't know what we are supposed to say, and as a result we start a stammering problem. So for me, I too have faced bullying as a child, and I too had a stammering issue, and it took me many years to understand my issue and to overcome this. So first I had to overcome the fact that yes, I was holding myself back, or I was speaking faster. So in the in the interim, just trying to get the word out. So my brain was working faster than my mouth, and I was just trying to hurry it up and just be out there, and that created my stammering. So once you start understanding your issue, that yes, you were bullied and this is a direct result, somewhere you're able to control that and come out of it. The fourth issue, burnout and fatigue. What is causing a burnout? I've seen many people now in their 30s, early 30s, late 30s, getting heart related issues. There are heart attacks, they have murmurs in their heart, anxieties, panic. Where is this coming from? Is it connected to your childhood? So we have found that, yes, there is a connection. Parents who in their zest to create the genius child have got this basic need inculcated that this is what you can do, this is how you can perform. And what they have done is they have based their love on the marks that a child gets in school. So this is very common in Indian parents, and especially in the upper middle class, and they're always aiming on what more, what can be done here. And this child has realized that there is no downtime. They are guilty of having a downtime. They are guilty of taking that break, and they will say, okay, no, even in a break, even if they are going for a holiday, what are we doing? So there is this constant need to keep doing something, and that is what in their 30s they are creating a burnout. There's a fatigue happening. So, and all stress related ailments, and this is extremely worrisome, and it's all connected. There needs to be a downtime. There needs to be a time for recovery where yes, you can take your own time to recover. Now the fifth point, have you found people around you easily giving up? They have worked for something, they want something in their life, they wish to achieve a particular goal, but they easily give it up after one single failure. One failure and they're done. Not able to fight back or be resilient. This takes place when everything has happened very easily. They have people around them who have not taught them failure. The biggest growth that a parent can give their child, the biggest learning that a parent can inculcate in a child is to teach them about failure. And it's extremely, extremely important. We share all our successes with our children, but do we really share our failures? I remember talking about my failures to my child, and yes, I said, yes, even a failure is normal. A failure is okay. It's one step closer to where you would like to go. So failure is also extremely important. Discuss failures. Don't shy away from a failure. Say yes. So whenever, my son has a main exam, and I will tell him, all right, during the exam, I help him out. I will encourage him that yes, you're going for an exam. But once he's done with the exams, you're like, okay, you're done. You're clear. And at the time of the result, I am like, all right, whatever the result, there is going to be a learning. If you have not cleared your exam, there will be a learning of what can you do better. So always focus on that, and failures are completely normal. I can talk from my personal experience. In my 7th standard, which we call, I think they would call grade elsewhere, but in India we call it standard. In my 7th standard, I, was failing badly. I needed 70 or 50 marks in each of my 3 language papers just to clear my, my marks and just to clear the grade. And guess what? My mother was like, okay, what can we do now about it? And she encouraged me. I had my cousin over, I had somebody else over, and everyone was like, let us teach her, let us be around her. And yes, they helped me. It was actually a collective effort, and I cleared. And I maybe cleared, I got 1 or 2 grace marks, and I did clear that 7th standard, and I went into the 8th. What happened later was, in my college, I had taken up fashion designing, and now fashion designing is a particular field which is it was not me, but I took it up because somewhere, my mother had something, and, it was not me. But yes, I failed. So I failed in 2 subjects, and I had to repeat this the next year with my juniors for these 2 subjects. There was initially a hesitation of how am I going to do this? I am going to be sitting with a class full of people who were actually my juniors. But I did it. And I'm telling you, I came out stronger. Because I was there, I came out stronger, and I started loving those 2 subjects because I got more time to focus on them and to learn them, and I enjoyed them. And towards the end, I think I really liked them, and I was happy with those subjects. So this is what, get up from failure. Whatever happens, focus on a goal and not on the process. That yes, you might have failed. All right. And I'm not saying that you keep, if it's not for you, then you might take a decision, but don't take a decision only based on one failure. Point 6, not able to take decisions quickly. And 7, always being on your guard. Have you seen people around you? Very stiff. They're not able to take their guard down. They're not able to be warm. You will always find that there is a glass wall between you and them. Have you found such people? All right. Where is this stemming from? Both these behaviors are somewhere stemming from a similar situation. What happens is these people are politically correct. They are always, very guarded with their responses. They will take decisions, but they will take their own time until they have evaluated everything. And so what really happens here is, this is connected to maybe they have not received unconditional love growing up. There have always been these barriers. They have had to strive for that love. They were not sure of where they stand for. So a lack of assurance, if a child is, there is maybe some violence happening around, or there is a fight happening around among adults. If this is happening around adults, the child gets affected. So what happens here is, the child starts controlling his behavior. It's like a dam has been built there. Now, this child is not able to overcome that. So even if you were told that, yes, now you're an adult, now you cannot cry, you're not given that assurance that yes, it's okay to cry. You're not given that assurance that yes, it's okay to be loved. I have even seen this among adult males. They are, at a very young age in India, I have seen this happening. They are told that, now you're an adult, you cannot cry, you cannot ask for hugs, you are meant to be the male of the house. And now you need to make a certain standard. You maintain a certain distance even between your mother and you. So can you see what happens here? There is an instinctive dam which has been created, and they are not able to overcome that. And this is a very, very serious issue, because this, many of them will always continue to hold that. That is a direct result of what has taken place in their childhood. Or it's also a result of too many extremes taking place, like a pendulum. If around you, there were people who were either very angry, or they were very calm, or people who were, very sad, or they were very happy. And it's actually like a pendulum. So can you see what happens? You cannot trust the feelings of others. You cannot trust what is going to happen to you. You cannot trust the situation around you. So you've taken that back seat. And this has actually created that glass wall around you. So now as an adult, you will always be scared of taking decisions. You will be always on your guard and holding yourself in readiness, like a warrior. You're holding yourself in readiness. But that does not just constitute only to your decision making. There will come a time when you will explode, and that is extremely serious and to be beware of. So if this is something that you agree with, I would appreciate your comments. Looking forward to more likes, and please share the video to someone who needs it. Thank you.